Hey guys, so today I wanted to share tips for growing healthy hair. I decided to film this video because I received quite a few questions on Instagram in my inbox from women and girls asking me I guess how I keep my hair healthy and how I grew my hair, that they struggle with growing their hair and things like that. So I just thought a video would be a much comprehensive answer. So if you guys are interested in finding out how I keep my hair healthy, then please keep watching. Before I get started, I just want to make a little disclaimer. So I want you guys to notice that I said tips for growing healthy hair, not tips for growing long hair. And I say that because it's way more vital than length, right? And if your hair is healthy, it's going to grow. Why? Because healthy things grow. So let's say we go to the market on a Saturday and we buy a bunch of flowers. If we change the water every couple of days and we cut the stems every couple of days, that flower will most likely last longer than if we didn't take care of it at all. So if you nourish and take care of your hair properly, it will grow. So I will say focus on the health of your hair and not so much on the length, because the length will come, right? So let's get started. Tip number one, you want to make sure that your hair is always moisturized. And that's really important because when your hair is not moisturized, it is dry. And things that are dry tend to be brittle. And if your hair is brittle, it's more prone to breakage, right? So I know that there are a lot of moisturizers out there. I would encourage you to find a moisturizer that works best for your hair. So if I'm doing a wash and go and I'm using like a pudding or something, that pretty much keeps my hair moisturized throughout the week. I might spray my hair with leave-in every couple of days just to kind of refresh my hair, but whatever styler I'm using, I make sure that it's something that keeps my hair moisturized. Otherwise, I don't use it. You want to find a product that is water-based because that's what really is going to keep your hair moisturized. Now imagine if you put a bunch of oil in your hair without any water. Your hair is going to be really coarse, right? But water is what helps to keep your hair soft. So tip number two, now we're going to talk about oils. You want to make sure that you are locking and sealing in the moisture that you have applied to your hair. So this is where the oils come in. So for oils, I like to use a Legend Rejuvenating Oil. I have been using this for a little, almost close to a year, and I'm on my second bottle. I also just started again using coconut oil. It doesn't weigh my hair down a lot, so I like it for that reason. But yeah, so just make sure that you find an oil that works well for your hair, and you want to make sure that you seal your hair to make sure that you're locking in the moisture. Tip number three, you want to make sure that your hair is deep conditioned on a regular basis. Now for me, I wash my hair once a week, and I'm going to keep it real with you guys. If I am lazy, which is usually often the case, I will wash my hair every 7 to 10 days, right? So I would say the general rule of thumb is when you wash your hair, you want to deep condition on that day as well. So it's just kind of a nice routine to have. I don't always do that, but I try to make sure that I'm deep conditioning my hair at least 2 times a month. My favorite deep condition product is this Shea Moisture Superfruit Complex Mask. And I love this stuff because, well, it has some protein in it, and protein is great to make sure that your hair is strong. Tip number 4, you want to make sure that you are staying hydrated. Just like water is good for our skin, water is also good for our hair. So I feel like usually what's on the outside of our bodies can be indicative of what we put on the inside, right? I struggle a lot with drinking water, so I also struggle a lot with breakouts, and I'm really trying hard to drink water. So you really want to make sure that you are hydrated, because if you're not hydrated, your skin suffers, your hair suffers, your entire body suffers. Like I said, if this is a struggle for me too, so if you're not drinking water, just try to make a cognizant effort. Get a tumbler or something, add some lemon, oranges, fruits, whatever it is that you can to help you drink enough water. Tip number 5, I would encourage you guys to kind of keep your hands out of your hair. And I know sometimes that can be difficult because we love our hair, we're obsessed with it, we want to keep playing with it and all of that. So make sure that you're wearing your hair in low manipulation styles. So when I do my wash and goes, I wash my hair once a week, like I said, every maybe 7 to 10 days. So I'll wear my wash and go. It'll last me for about a week, and then I'll wash my hair again. So that way I'm not washing my hair every day or every 2 days and combing and brushing my hair. And also, when you wear your hair in low manipulation styles, you're also giving your hair a break from all of the combing and the tugging and the pulling and things like that. And there's so many cute styles that you can wear. So when people say protective styles, it doesn't have to be boring. That's why YouTube is so great, because you can look up protective styles and there are a bunch of amazing creative things out there. Tip number 6, I would recommend avoiding heat or minimizing the heating tools that you're using on your hair. Now, I'm not saying you should be afraid of heat. I think it's vital that when you're using heat, you are cognizant of how you're using heat. And it's especially important to make sure that you're using heat protectant every time. Heat protectant is kind of like SPF. The higher the number, the better, right? Tip number 7, I would encourage you guys to make sure that you're getting regular trims. So when I big chopped, I didn't get a trim until a year later, literally a year and a week or 2 later after my big chop. And I could tell it was time for me to get a trim because my hair was starting to break and was starting to fall off, and just kind of like a lot of breakage and a lot of shredding, right? So it was kind of time for me to trim my hair. So I don't have a specific length of time that you need to go in between trims. I just think that you need to pay attention to your hair, and usually your hair will tell you when it's time for a trim. Pay attention to your hair. Another thing I'll say about trims is, if you notice that you have split ends on your hair, make sure you get it out as soon as possible. And I say this because if you don't cut off the split ends, your hair is going to continue to split up your hair shaft. So when you finally get a trim or a cut, you're gonna have to cut way more of your hair than you would have if you had cut the split ends when you first saw them. Tip number 8, make sure that you are washing your hair in sections. When I first big chopped and my hair was in that awkward like past TWA phase, I would just wash my hair in one big section. And naturally, I struggle with tangles because my hair tangles very easily, and it was a struggle for me. It wasn't until I started washing my hair in sections it made things a lot easier for me. On a good day, I will wash my hair in 4 sections, but when I'm really lazy, we'll just wash my hair in 2 sections. That way, I can detangle my hair with care and not have to worry about detangling my entire head of hair, which is a lot, right? So if you take your time and wash and detangle your hair in sections, it's going to be a lot better. It's going to lead to less frustration, and when you're less frustrated with your hair, you're taking your time and you're very careful. And on the other hand, when you're frustrated with your hair, you're really not taking your time because you're annoyed and you're just trying to get those knots and kinks out of your hair. So washing your hair in sections definitely helps reduce breakage. Tip number 9, you want to create a nighttime regimen that works for you. So if you don't have satin pillowcases, I don't have satin pillowcases. So if you don't have satin pillowcases, make sure that you have a satin bonnet or a silk scarf, right? So you want to make sure that you're covering your hair at night. If you follow me on Snapchat, you've probably seen a bunch of selfies in the morning with my bonnet on my hair. But hey, you gotta protect your hair, right? So make sure that you're protecting your hair at night. And also, not just slapping your hair in a bonnet. If you have the type of hair that gets matted very easily, I would recommend maybe even like retwisting your hair in sections at night before you go to bed. Tip number 10. Tip number 10. This is my honest, I mean these are all honest, but this is my real tip, okay? Like my for real tip. Quit comparing your hair to other people's hair. Stop it. Stop it right now. It is okay to admire somebody's hair, but don't compare your hair to somebody else's hair because no 2 curls are alike. Even in my hair, I have a lot of different textures. Focus on nourishing your hair and taking really good care of your hair so that your hair can remain healthy. When your hair is healthy, it's going to grow because healthy things grow. Let's talk about shrinkage a little bit. I know a lot of people dislike shrinkage, but here's what I'm going to say about shrinkage. Are you ready? Shrinkage is a sign that your hair is healthy. because shrinkage means that your hair has the elasticity to stretch and bounce back, right? So if your hair has no shrinkage and has no elasticity, that means your hair is not healthy. And that means your hair needs extra TLC because it is more prone to breakage. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have other tips, I know there are a lot of tips to growing healthy hair, so please feel free to share with me and everybody else in the comments section below. And also, if you found this video helpful at all and you think that somebody else might benefit from it, please go ahead and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not yet done so. And also, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.